Hey everybody, Walking Man Walks. I'm back here again today with another short video. I'm sitting on my porch today. It's a nice afternoon, about to rain, which is going to be nice. It doesn't rain up here in the north that much, not like down in Cebu and some of the other places in the Philippines, so it's kind of nice and refreshing when it does rain. Um, anyway, I wanted to follow up on my video a few days ago at the beach. I made a video about money in the Philippines and how you get asked for money, and the reason I'm doing this follow-up is today my girlfriend went to the wet market to get us some fish and food like that, and she cooked fish for lunch. On a side note, it was really good. She's a great cook. But anyway, um, so she told me while she was at the market, the elderly lady, or the lady's middle age that she was buying the fish off of, said, "Hey, where's my Christmas present?" Everybody in town knows that I'm her boyfriend, and they all know where we live. It's up in the province, so when there's an American guy, a white guy with blue eyes in town, everybody knows you and everybody knows where I live. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's just the way it is up here. Like when I was in Boracay, for instance, last week, you know, nobody even bothers to make a fuss about anything with me because there's so many foreigners down there. But up here, I'm kind of a unicorn, so I don't. In fact, I don't know of another foreigner. I know of an Indian guy in town, but he's been here for 20 or so years, married with kids. He speaks Hindi and Tagalog. He doesn't speak English, so I don't really know him that well because I can't actually communicate with him. But he was my neighbor from my first apartment here. Anyway, so this lady said, "Hey, since it's Christmas, why don't you give me 2 of the fish back that I just sold you as a present?" And my girlfriend doesn't know this lady. She's not even from this town either. She's from a few towns away from here. We decided to stay in this town, so we weren't in the same town as her family, which, if you know anything about Filipinos, that it's good to be at least a few towns away from the family. If you're in the same town as the family, they want to come over all the time, which, I like seeing her family, once in a while, once every couple weeks or something, but I wouldn't want them at my house all the time. Her brother-in-law, all he ever wants to do is drink and sing karaoke. He's a driver, but he doesn't ever seem to work. He basically drinks, sings karaoke, and cheats on his wife. That's like what he does. And he gets a lot of ladies because he's a Filipino, but he's 6'7", so like that's very unique here in the Philippines. And he used to be a basketball player, which is also a trait that is, looked up to here. Anyway, the lady in the store asked her for, "What's my Christmas present? Why don't you give me a couple of the fish back that I just sold you?" Which seemed like a little weird to me. So anyway, she got home from the market and she told me, and I was like, "No, don't give her any fish back." I'm like, "She sold you the fish. She obviously has plenty of fish. I mean, maybe she bought it from somewhere. I'm sure she's not rich, but neither am I." So anyway, so I go to the store. We're gonna grill out tonight. Our old grill broke, so I go to the store to buy a grill, and they make these little charcoal grills around here that are like this big. They're like $10. The last one I bought was made of clay, and when we tried to move it in the last place, it kind of just crumbled and fell apart. So this one, I got it, like the local, I guess the most equivalent to it is like a dollar store. I don't even know the name of the place. There's 2 of them in town. One's called 178, and the other one's just above the 7-Eleven. I don't know the name of it. But it's this little cheap grill that costs 450 pesos, like $8 or $9, But anyway, I come back with the grill, and I got a new fan for our bathroom that was like $4. There's tons of cheap, kind of crappy Chinese stuff for sale in these stores, but it's the only game in town, so to get quality stuff, I got to drive 8 kilometers on my motorcycle to Robinson's, and that's where you get more, higher quality appliances, fans, that type of thing. Anyway, as I came home, I saw this little lady walking in our gate and walking back here, and she's talking to my girlfriend at the back door, and I thought she was trying to sell her more fish, and I was like, I walked in the front door and I yelled out, "We don't need no more fish. Send her away, or we don't want any more fish," because she's actually, or I'm not sure if it's her, but they come by once in a while and try and sell us milkfish, which, you know, is the most abundant fish here. It's everywhere, but I don't really like it that much, so I'm like, don't buy any of that milkfish from her. You know, I just yelled across the room to her, and so she sent the lady away, and she came back in, and she was like, she wasn't asking me for milkfish. She was like asking me to borrow 1,000 pesos, but I told her you weren't here. But then you walked in and started yelling across the room like a dummy, and I was like, oh, oops. But I said anyway. I said, well, why? We don't even know that lady. We met her this morning. Why would she borrow 1,000 pesos from us? And that's just kind of the way it is here. You know, she, like, if I would have loaned her 1,000 pesos, I'm sure I never would have saw her again. And 1,000 pesos is only 20 bucks. But you know, if you loan 20 bucks to everybody in town, pretty soon you have no money in your bank account. So, and loans, like I said here in my last video, a loan is not a loan. A loan is a gift, basically. When people don't pay back their loans here, or in my experience, they don't pay back their loans. I loaned, like I said, some money to my girlfriend's parents, and they have started paying it back. But that's unusual. I've loaned out money 3 or 4 times now, and like I said in my last video, I only loan money that I'm prepared to lose. Like, I basically tell them, this is a gift, you know, I'm gonna give it to you, and if you want to pay me back, you can pay me back. I'm not gonna ever call you and come after you for the money. I'm not gonna ask you for it if we have dinner, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, I just wanted to finish up the money talk. Everybody's basically going to ask you for money if you come to the Philippines to live here. It's just the way it is. They automatically think you're filthy rich if you're white or American, or even from any Western country. Not even white. I mean, you can be a black guy from America, any color, and they're going to think you're rich. And compared to a lot of them, I am rich, but they also don't understand that I also live in America half the year. And they're, you know, middle class or even lower middle class with a 50+ thousand a year salary. You know, the way it is in the US right now, that's like, you could barely live on that kind of money, you know. So they don't understand that. No matter how many times I tell them, I'm like, yeah, I seem rich to you, but in the US I'm not rich at all. You know, I'm not considered rich there. I don't feel rich there. I live in an RV, you know. But anyway, I just want to tell you guys, if you do move to the Philippines, that's what you can expect. If that's going to bother you, you might want to think about Thailand or something like that. I love it here, and it doesn't bother me that much. I mean, you know, I grew up in New York, so I'm kind of used to beggars. If you go to anything bigger than this city here, even Loag, it's a small city, it's 8 kilometers, it's where the Robinsons is, where I go, where I said you get better appliances and stuff. Robinsons is like a mall. I mean, they're all over the country, but it's where you can get quality stuff. Of course, if you buy like clothes and stuff at Robinsons, you're gonna pay like mall prices compared to going to the market here to get, like, you know, if I go to the market and get a basketball shirt here, it's like $2. If you go to the mall, the same basketball shirt is like $15, you know, which is still cheaper than the US, but why would I go there and pay $15 when I can pay $2 in the market here? I mean, even my girlfriend knows, you know, and this is one endearing thing about Filipinos. She's like, no, don't buy anything in the mall. I don't want to buy anything in the mall. We could just get it back in town for much cheaper. Unless it's something that, like, you know, something that you can't really get at the market, or something higher quality that you want. Like if I wanted to buy like a coffee pot, like a French press, I would buy it at Robinsons. Or anything that's electronic, that other than like a light or a fan or something, I'd buy it at Robinsons. You know, if it was like a TV or something like that, just because it would be higher quality. Air conditioner, But there's also in Log, this besides Robinson, there's some high-end appliance stores that you get stuff at. That's where I got my Panasonic fridge. You know, I talked about that the other day. It was like 15,000 pesos, 300 bucks. It's not a huge fridge, like, you know, 4 feet high, but plenty for the two of us. And it's a common fridge for here. You don't see a lot of American double door, 7-foot tall fridges here. They just don't have them. Yeah, so that's I'm sure I'll have more videos on money in the Philippines, but it's just something you have to be aware of. Everybody thinks you're rich, they're gonna ask you for money, and it's just something you have to get used to here. Okay, I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Oh, and like and subscribe if you like my videos. I'm up to 45 subscribers now, so I've gained 18 in the past month, which is good for me. I mean, I've been on YouTube for a couple of years, but I just started making videos about a month ago. So hopefully I get more subscribers and all that stuff. Thanks for listening. See you again soon.